Each year, millions of animals arrive at this river. For many, it will become the greatest challenge of their lives. Beneath the still surface waits one of Africa's oldest predators.
Its design has changed little for millions of years.
Patience is its greatest weapon.
Across the plains, the Great Migration approaches. They must drink, but instinct warns them to wait. The hunter has already chosen its battlefield. Every instinct tells them danger lies beneath. The perfect ambush begins long before the attack. It takes only one step to change everything. The river itself is an obstacle. The predator measures every movement. Numbers offer confidence, but never safety. Sustained low grunts and the sound of many hooves on mud fill the air, accompanying. The silence before an ambush is often the most dangerous moment. The crossing has begun. Beneath the surface, the hunter has already made its choice. Once the migration begins, hesitation disappears. The predator waits beneath the chaos. The river itself claims many lives. The weakest position is often all a hunter needs. Power moves with astonishing silence. Sometimes instinct detects danger long before the eyes. The distance closes one silent stroke at a time.
In less than a second, patience becomes action.
Fear spreads faster than the current.
Strength alone rarely decides the outcome.
The river gives the crocodile every advantage. The migration cannot stop for a single life. In this river, water is as deadly as teeth. The river quickly hides its secrets.
The first ambush has ended, but dozens of ancient hunters are still waiting.
Once the jaws close, the battle moves beneath the surface. The river itself fights alongside the predator. The famous death roll is a display of pure mechanical power.
Within seconds, visibility disappears.
The river reveals almost nothing. But patience is rewarded. The migration cannot pause. Many more hunters remain hidden.
Sometimes survival is decided by a single step. A crocodile wastes nothing, not even effort. For many, the worst is finally over. The crossing has only begun. Ancient hunters measured time differently. Even the most patient predator must breathe. Every shadow beneath the water may hide another presence. One hunt has ended. Hundreds of crossings and countless decisions between life and death still lie ahead. The migration allows no room for hesitation.
One leap becomes hundreds. The river becomes a challenging crossing.
The oldest hunters rely on patience rather than speed. Every movement is calculated. Exhaustion creates opportunity. The ambush lasts less than a heartbeat. Panic spreads instantly. The river multiplies the predator's power. Within seconds, the river hides the struggle. For some, survival is measured in a few desperate steps.
Others wait patiently for nature to finish its work.
The river quickly erases every trace. The migration continues without end. The crossing is far from over. As daylight fades, the ancient hunters continue their endless vigil. With daylight fading, urgency replaces hesitation. Safety lies on the opposite shore, but reaching it comes at a price. Below the chaos, patience turns into precision. Inexperience makes every second more dangerous. The predator attacks only when success is most likely. After hours of waiting, the attack lasts only a heartbeat.
Fear ripples through the migration faster than the river itself.
The river is as much a weapon as the crocodile's jaws. The migration never waits for those left behind. For these survivors, another chapter begins. The river quickly hides every secret. The journey is far from over. The soundscape is filled with the rhythmic drumming of countless hooves and the constant rustling of wind. In Africa, every hunter is part of a larger story. For millions of years, this river has shaped the rhythm of life and death. The sun may set, But the river's ancient cycle never ends. Darkness brings uncertainty, but the migration cannot wait. The river rests. Its hunters do not. Every predator chooses its own place in the river. Sometimes, survival depends on decisions made by others. Vision fades, but instinct remains. The best ambush begins with choosing the perfect location. The river carries every movement. The darkness favors patience.
The safest path is forward.
Strength alone is never enough. The river completes the hunt. For those that survive, the journey continues before dawn. The river hides its stories beneath the surface. The wilderness never truly sleeps. Patience is the oldest hunting strategy on Earth. Night falls over the Mara, but the ancient rhythm of predator and prey continues without end. When darkness blankets the savannah, the oldest predators become even more dangerous. The crocodile wastes neither energy nor opportunity. Even ancient hunters respect one another's space. The final crossings are often the loneliest. In darkness, instinct replaces vision. Every movement is nearly invisible. The night belongs to those who wait. Panic spreads even when danger cannot be seen. The river quickly conceals every struggle. For those that survive, the journey continues before dawn.
Ancient predators conserve every ounce of energy.
In Africa, every hunter is part of a larger story.
Another day quietly approaches.
The hunter prepares for another day. With every sunrise, the Mara writes another chapter in one of nature's oldest stories. Every sunrise brings another test of survival. The ancient hunter begins another day. The migration never truly ends. For these wildebeests, the journey is an eternal cycle, always pursued by the shadows of the river. Patience remains the crocodile's greatest weapon. Every crossing begins with uncertainty. The river challenges every step.
The perfect approach leaves almost no trace.
Sometimes instinct senses what the eyes cannot see. Not every phone, not every shadows. Not every shadow becomes an attack. The greatest hunters know when not to strike.
Experience gives the young their best chance. Sometimes survival belongs to those who remain together.
The hunt continues long after one opportunity has passed. The Great Migration is measured not in days, but in generations. The river waits without urgency, because it knows the migration will always return. Under the blazing African sun, patience remains the natural world's greatest strength. Even while resting, every sense remains active. Even fearsome predators share unexpected relationships with smaller creatures. For the survivors, the journey is far from over. Life quickly returns to normal after the activity. In nature, nothing is wasted. Scavengers complete one of nature's most important roles. The river supports countless forms of life. Scavengers complete one of nature's most important roles.
Above the river, another hunter watches.
The hunter returns to its world.
Every species plays its part in this living river.
Time has shaped this predator into a master of patience. The migration will continue for hundreds of kilometers.
In the Mara, survival belongs not to one species alone, but to the balance that has endured for millions of years.
As another day fades, the river continues its timeless rhythm. Decades of survival are written across every scar. When danger passes, life quickly fills the silence. The survivors carry the migration forward. Every master predator begins by learning. The Mara belongs to countless species, each shaping the lives of the others. Above the river, another hunter begins its evening patrol. The river remembers every migration. For today, their journey continues. Patience outlives every season. The wilderness prepares for another night. Predator and prey together sustain one of Earth's greatest ecosystems. As daylight ends, the ancient cycle begins once again. The Mara flows onward, unchanged by the passing of generations. For millions of years, the Mara River has shaped the destinies of predators and prey alike. Long after today's